Welcome to Empowered. I'm Elizabeth Namofsky. Are you thinking about buying a home? Before you take the plunge, make sure to tune in to today's show because we'll answer two crucial questions. What's the best way for women to start investing in real estate? And what are the biggest financial mistakes women make when buying a home? Today, I'm joined by Kinga Sharma. She's a mortgage agent with BRX Mortgage Brokerage. And today's topic is smart mortgage strategies and wealth building for women. Kinga, thank you so much for coming on Empowered.
Thank you so much for having me, Elizabeth. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited as well. So let's begin. How can someone prepare financially for home ownership?
Yeah, that's a great question, especially today. So, the first thing I would say is know your budget. So, understand where you're at, what your financial fingerprint is. Save for a down payment. And depending on how much you have, you can put as little as 5% of the purchase price down or as much as 20%. Set aside closing costs. That's one of the ones that sometimes surprises people when they're in the lawyer's office signing. So typically, your mortgage professional will let you know what your closing costs are, but set aside some additional funds for that for sure. Important to build strong credit before you embark on this process because it makes a big difference. You want to have a solid credit score and then, of course, get a pre approval. Work with an expert to get a pre approval so that you know what your budget is and go in with a strong offer.
Okay, so what's the best way for women to start investing in real estate? Because a lot of them, I had lunch with a friend and she's confused, doesn't have a lot saved, doesn't really know where to begin. So, how do we start?
Yeah, great question. So I love helping women invest. I also started out myself as a young girl, and part of my investment strategy was actually to rent out the house that I lived in when I was in college and university. So, the first thing is, again, understanding your finances, where you're at. Getting a down payment for an investment property that you're not living in, you'll need 20% down payment. And the biggest thing that I would say is start small. You don't need to think about investing as I need to buy an apartment complex. You can start by, developing the basement suite in your own home and renting that out. Or you can start by buying a small detached in a secondary market and renting that out, or perhaps a triplex. So start small until you get comfortable with the process. And that way you dip your toe in, and it's literally one step at a time.
I love the fact that you said that because when I bought my house, I bought a house that I really couldn't afford. And I struggled. I struggled a lot. And I actually talked to a lot of friends and said, I'm not coming out with you because I can't afford it right now. I have to put my money aside. And I did exactly what you just said. There was a main bedroom upstairs that, I had a roommate, basement, there was somebody living down there. So it almost became like this surrogate family where we all hung out, we all pitched in, and that really helped me with my payments. And a lot of people don't think about that. And I'm so happy that you brought that up because it doesn't seem to be on the forefront of people's thought process, especially when they purchase a home.
So critical, and I'm glad that you did that. It's essentially like you've got mortgage helpers, and it gives you a financial security. Really, it insulates you a little bit from the ups and downs because you've got rental income coming in. In addition, when you're looking to purchase something that will have rental income, we can use a portion of that income so it actually helps qualify you for that mortgage as well.
Oh, okay, well, that's interesting. That I didn't know. So, okay. How can I own a home without feeling financially trapped by mortgage debt? Because that seems to be a real downer.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, mortgage debt is huge and you hear it all over the news these days. So the first thing is avoid maxing out your pre-approval amount. So when you go and get a pre-approval, you have to provide your documents and then your lender or mortgage agent will say, "Hey, you can be pre-approved for a mortgage of 600,000." It doesn't mean that you need to max that out. Maybe aim for a little bit lower because there will be additional life expenses like groceries and insurance and taxes and entertainment. So, try to factor those into the picture. Ideally, your a mortgage agent will create a budget for you so that you can see what all of that will cost. You can
Kinga, hold on to that thought. We're gonna go to break right now. Please don't